All right. Good afternoon. Shalom and good afternoon. This is Brother Moshe Ben Yahuda Yisrael, or Moshe Ben. Just coming in for an afternoon live stream. You know, wonder how y'all days going. You know, see who's gonna come to the chat. Like I say, I appreciate my new subscribers. I appreciate all my new subscribers. Like I say, I'm a new and upgrown channel. But yeah. But like I say, just coming in for an afternoon live stream. Gonna see who pop up in the chat room. I hope y'all day is going all well. All is well on my end. Give thanks to the Most High Yah, for blessing us with another day above ground. Just to show you that He still has mercy on you, no matter who you are and where you're at in the world. You know, you gotta count your blessings daily, whether they small, big, minor, major. You gotta count your blessings. Gotta always count your blessings. But just coming in for an afternoon live stream, but like trying to see what can I talk about, what's on my mind. But yeah, like, oh, I know what I could talk about. Like earlier, I was watching a live stream, very popular YouTuber in the Black Manosphere, and when you get on these panels, try not to put too much of your personal life out there on these panels because people could use that against you. Especially if you're a popular YouTuber. This is the internet. You're not supposed to put too much personal information on the internet because even though we fellowship and talk to each other on these panels and socialize, we don't know each other all the way. Most of us never even met in the flesh, met physically, but online. So you got to watch what you put out there on these panels. You got to be careful about that because you don't know who's watching, you don't know who's recording. Somebody could take a soundbite out the stream and you put that on their video and use that against you, or try to throw mud on your name. Yeah, so you just gotta be careful with that. hmm don't put your marital information, your relationship status, and all that. You don't put all that on out there on the internet because you don't know who's could be watching. You could have some haters, dry haters, looking for the opportunity to use it against you. So you gotta be wary of that. But let me go to CNN.com. Let's go read some news articles. Natives from CNN.com. California moves to ban racial discrimination based on hairstyles. Let's see what this is about. California moves to ban racial discrimination based on hairstyles. Like a good topic to talk about. Let's see. I'm on CNN.com, by the way. Those who's watching the stream, go to CNN.com if you want to read the article. It's about California moves to ban racial discrimination based on hairstyles. A bill that would ban schools and workplaces from having dress codes that forbid braids, twists, and other natural hairstyles has passed the California State Senate. SB 188 updates the state's anti-discrimination laws. So, the definition of race also includes traits historically associated with race, including but not limited to hair texture and protective hairstyles. It passed on Monday in a 37-0 vote and will now go to the state assembly. The bill, which is also known as the Crown Act, create a respectful and open workplace for natural hair, states that the standards of professional dress and grooming in workplaces and in schools are often based on Eurocentric standards. That's true. You know, that's true. Every other every other nationality could wear their natural hairstyle except for our people. You know, the children of Israel, so-called black people. You know, we got the hair, we got the same hair of the creator and the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, that woolly hair. You know, we got that hair like wool. You know, so you see, to say the bill is called the Crown Act, which stands for Create a Respectful and Open Workplace and Natural Health. I mean, for natural health. Workplace dress code and grooming policies that prohibit natural hair, including afros, braids, twists, and locks. You see, they took the dread out, huh? That's right. Call it locks. I like to call them Hebraic locks or Hebrew locks, because ain't nothing dreadful about dreadlocks. That's a unique hairstyle, locks. So brothers and sisters, continue to rock your locks. You know, I'm telling you as a brother, rock your locks. If the creator gave you them good hair genetics to rock, grow them locks, grow them out. Real talk. They just mad because they don't have that unique hairstyle. Them heathens. They have that stringy hair. They have that dog stringy hair. They have that goat hair. That's what they hating on. So they want our sisters to straighten their hair out to look like them. Because they feel inferior when they see our sisters wear their hair natural and with locks. They feel inferior and intimidated. You know, and that's real. Okay, let me continue reading. A disparate impact on black individuals, as these policies are more likely to deter black applicants and burden or punish black employees than any other. Los Angeles Democrat Senator Holly J. Mitchell introduced the bill and said that it would encourage schools and businesses to create grooming policies that will foster inclusion and diversity. In a speech before Monday's vote, Mitchell said that African American men and women have often had to endure expensive, painful, and even dangerous chemical treatments to change their hair to conform these beauty standards, these so-called false beauty standards, because our natural beauty standard is better, you know. And first off, we're not African American, we're the children of Israel. We ain't named after two continents, you know. If you go with the Israelite narrative, you know, because I know, you know, some people that subscribe to my channel, they probably don't go with the Israelite narrative, but at the end of the day, I follow the prophecies of the Bible. You know, we're gonna bow down to the Most High at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. You know, like I said, I don't force this on people. Prophecies will be fulfilled. But let me get back to the article. She said that until recently, an image search for unprofessional hairstyles only showed black women with natural hair, braids, and twists. I believe that any law, policy, or practice that sanctions a job description that immediately excludes me from a profession, not because of my capacity or my capabilities or my experience. The damn pop up, man. I tell you, boy, that's the enemy. But all right, let's see. Let me start over. I believe that any law, policy, or practice that sanctions a job description that immediately excludes me from a profession, not because of my capacity or my capabilities or my experience, but because of my hairstyle choice, is long overdue for reform, said Mitchell, who observed that she wears her hair in a natural style. Mitchell said that similar state and federal laws protect against discrimination due to religious hairstyles and head coverings. There you go. Like head wraps, exactly. You know, that's a beautiful thing to see a sister got a head wrap or a head covering on. You know, that's modesty. You know, however, there are still far too many cases of black employees and applicants denied employment or promotion, even terminated. Now that's messed up. Yeah, that's true. A lot of so-called blacks be getting terminated or fired, or they don't get hired because they wear their hair natural, or some of the brothers got the long locks. They say you either cut your locks off or we're not gonna hire you. Man, that's blackmail, man. That's discrimination. You know, if the locks gonna get in, if the locks gonna interfere with the job, tell them to cover them up or wrap them up in something. You know, yeah, a lot of our people had to go through that. You know, forced to cut their froze off. You know, sisters had to stop wearing their hair natural. Had to get some put them poison in their hair, them hair relaxers and them chemicals. Okay, let me see who's on live stream. Let's see who shows up. Shalom, Sister Random Woman. I see you in the chat room. The crown act, literally. That's right. You know, when you wear that hair naturally, that's a crown, you know? Yep. All right, let me continue reading the article. I'm on CNN. Yeah, even they don't even get a promotion because they wear their hair natural all locks. That's messed up because of the way they choose to wear their hair, she said. I have heard far too many reports of black children humiliated and sent home from school because of their natural hair was deemed unruly or a distraction to others. No, and a distraction to others. They just see that child representing who they are as an individual, and they see them wearing their hair naturally. You know, and especially if it be a little dark skinned black child, you know, a little black boy or girl, you know, it's gonna and if they dark skin, they see that melanated skin, they looking at the creator. They looking at they looking at the child of Israel, you know. Excuse me. Yeah, last year, a referee at a wrestling tournament in New Jersey drew widespread condemnation when he ordered a black high school wrestler to cut off his dreadlocks or forfeit his match. Yeah, I remember that story. That happened last year. That was messed up. And they cut his locks off, and he still ended up winning this match. Now what? You know, if you think about that, you know, that kind of relates to the Samson story in the Bible, you know, when they cut Samson locks off because that was his source of his strength through his locks. Samson in the Bible. You know? In February, New York City enacted a new law that protects the rights of New Yorkers to maintain natural hair or hairstyles that are closely associated with their racial, ethnic, or cultural identities. That's right. Well, that's the end of the article. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think our people should wear their hair that the Creator gave them. Talking about we got to conform to the European standards of beauty. What about the Most High standards of beauty? You know, that's his standards of beauty is more superior than this Eurocentric so-called false sense of beauty. You know, we gotta stop letting these medias and magazines and Eurocentric information dictate how we carry ourselves as people. We gotta stop doing that because the more we conform, we're gonna be a split image of them, and we're gonna lose our identity as who the Creator told us to be, which is the children of Israel. Hmm. Yeah, so I think that's wrong. You know, you're gonna fire a worker because they wear their hair naturally, you know, or don't give them a promotion or a raise. That's discrimination. I say that's discrimination. You know, we can't control, you know, the hair that we're born with, or the skin complexion, you know, or the nationality, you know, or bloodline. You know, that was determined by the Creator before we was even thought of behind, before our parents conceived us. And that's real. So yeah, they should pass. I think they should make it pass make it nationwide. Don't discriminate against blacks who decide to wear their hair naturally on a job or in the school or any type of public situation. Yeah, I'm using an ad blocker. So what? They came up on CNN.com telling me I'm using an ad blocker. Yeah, I advise y'all to get an ad blocker because all them pop-ups be annoying. ISIS suspect gave advance warning of Sri Lanka bombing source says. And it's dealing with that incident, that bombing. You know, when them ISIS terrorists bombed that Christian church in Sri Lanka. That's why I say, man, every time around these pagan days, yeah, cut off. Yeah, man, every time around these pagan days, a lot of wickedness happen, a lot of evil and wicked things happen. You know, why they think they were celebrating Easter, man, they wasn't expecting to get bombed by some crazy terrorists. Let's see, early warnings from India intelligence service from Sri Lankan officials ahead of the Easter Sunday bombings were based on information gleaned from an ISIS suspect, CNN has learned. There he passed on unusually specific intelligence in the weeks and days leading up to the attacks. Sri Lankan officials had said, and at least some of it was gleaned from material obtained during interrogations of an ISIS suspect arrested in India. And an Indian official told CNN the suspect gave investigators the name of a man he trained in Sri Lanka, who is associated with a local extremist group implicated in the bombings, the source said. The man, Saran Hassim, was identified in a video of the purported attackers released Tuesday by ISIS, which claimed responsibility for the Easter Sunday killings. In a statement published by the ISIS affiliated news agency, Amaq, the group said the attackers were fighters of the Islamic State. The involvement of a foreign organization would explain how a previous marginal domestic extremist group blamed from the attacks, Nation Tawad Jamaat, could have pulled off one of the worst terrorist atrocities since 9/11. Gee, Black Wall Street was a terrorist atrocity too. You know, they quick to want to pit all the terrorist stuff on the Arabians and the terrorist group. What about what the KKK did to our people? That was terrorist atrocities. You know, during the late 1800s, the 1930s and 40s. You know, you had some of these KKK members come knocking on black people houses. You know, looking at the wives and younger daughters. You know, tell them, man, you better let me sleep with your wife, or I'm gonna kill you and your whole family. What about them damn atrocities? You know that the damn KKK did to our people. You know, that's a terrorist group. You know, the KKK is a terrorist organization. You know, but they don't want to. They don't want to say that though. They want to look at every other non-white, group as a terrorist organization. But let me continue reading the article talking about one of the worst terrorist atrocities since 9/11. Man, this country was built on terrorist atrocities. This whole country was built on terrorism. You know, the number of casualties could have been even higher, authorities said Tuesday that a Fort Hotel was among the original targets, but the attack at that location failed. Officials previously said they found an unexploded pipe bomb near Colombo's International Airport. Missed warnings. As investigators scrambled to track down the bomber's associates, there was growing anger in Sri Lanka at the failure to heed the warnings of India's intelligence service. The first warning came more than 2 weeks before the attacks. Sri Lankan officials were told on April 4th of a potential plot to launch suicide attacks against Christian churches and tourist spots. Government spokesman Rajita Senacharata, that's some foreign names. I know I'm butchering them names, but oh well, I don't give a damn. Told reporters on Monday the warnings were repeated 2 days and 2 hours before the attacks. Senaratna said, or Senaratne. Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced, probably Senaratne. Rajita Senaratne. Dilhe's information came from the interrogation of an ISIS suspect. The Indian source told CNN, while we were investigating ISIS cases during the interrogation of an accused, he disclosed the name of a man, Sharan Hashim, who is one of the suicide bombers and is associated with NTJ, said the intelligence source in India. The suspect said that he played a role in his Hashim's radicalization. That radicalization. The Indian intelligence source did not specify when the arrest was made. Indian intelligence agencies shared their information with their counterparts in Sri Lanka. The source said Hashim's name appears on a memo dated April 11th and signed by Sri Lanka's Deputy Inspector General of Police. The memo, a copy of which has been sent by CNN, named Hashim as the leader of the NTJ. A certain foreign intelligence service has reported that the leader of the National Tawhid Jamaat, NTJ, Mohammed Qasim Mohammed Sharan, also known as Sharam Hashim, and his followers have been planning for suicide attacks within Sri Lanka. The memo reads, it was circulated widely to arrange a security service in some government ministries. Man, that's enough of that. I ain't reading all that, but yeah, man, that was. I think that's retaliation for what happened months before in I think that was in New Zealand at that mosque when they shot up them Muslims. That's all it is. That's retaliation. That's retaliation. That's all that is. That's all that is. That's retaliation and revenge. Hmm. But yeah, man, that's what I see every time around these so-called holidays. A lot of stuff be going down. A lot of crazy stuff. Hmm. But I appreciate your sister, Rain and Woman, for dropping by. I think I'm gonna probably end the stream. It's just a little afternoon live stream, you know. See what y'all was doing. I hope y'all having a blessed and safe day. Always pick the Most High first. You know, in all your things you do in this life. But you just gotta watch your surroundings out there, cause man, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. But yeah, this is Brother Moshe about to sign off. Like I say, may the Most High bless y'all in the name of Christ. Whether you call him Jesus or Yeshua, it doesn't matter. He's still our same Messiah. That died and rose for us. So we could be reconciled back to the Father. But anyway, this is Brother Moshe saying shalom.